A what?
The hairy man.
The hairy man?
Yeah, we were at Bellamy Bridge and we were just recording a skunk ape documentary. And then right at the end, after doing the Ouija board and ghost boxes at the actual bridge, we heard this elephant just roar, and it was just a strange feeling.
Oh, man.
And it was at the same location where the ghost of Elizabeth Bellamy was spotted. She died on her wedding day and told her husband, "I'll forever be with you." And now she's seen in her white dress, and there's been tons of sightings, like apparitions, weird sounds, and we recorded a whoop there too. And it was really cool. We were out there for like 3.5 hours, and I feel like that was like our warning to be like, guys, you got to go home. It's almost our bedtime or playtime. Ghost plane of 401. Mr. Ballin actually told the story, but it happened in the Everglades where 99 people passed away, 77 or something, 70 people survived it. But it was a crash in the Everglades because there was a light that was going on that was saying the front wheel wasn't coming out. So all 4 people that were in the cockpit went down under and got all discombobulated, and they actually like knocked it down, so they were slightly descending, but no one could notice, not even in the plane. And then they were so busy under the plane that when the noise went off that they were under like 3,500 feet, no one even heard it. It only alarmed once. So just randomly they all crashed into the Everglade bottom, and like nearly 100 people died. But then they got rescued because some guy was like shrimping from a distance, saw lights, he thought it was a UFO, but it was a plane crash. Then they salvaged some of the plane parts and they put it into a bunch of the other company's planes, and they started having ghostly figures pop up of some of the old pilots and some of the other just passengers, and it's just really crazy to hear. I definitely recommend people go check it out on the internet. Ghost plane 401, and it, you know, somewhat connects to here, and I'm on my way down to the Everglades, so it's just everything. It's all
coming together, and here we are at this lost plane site here.
Synchronicity happens when you're in the right place, and I feel it now. I'm in the right place.
Maybe this will, if not already, is a ghost plane. Subscribe to Connor's channel here. Author of Eerie Swamps, explorer, investigative journalist, and actor in Zillafoot, Gobble Gobble, and the Void Cat. Looking for Sasquatch, Mothman, and the Dogman. Subscribe on TikTok and Instagram as well. Actor, author, researcher.
There's a story of a goat man at Kolomoki, and we actually like took a bunch of pictures behind, and then a couple people found like weird things and weird anomalies like orbs, but there was this one strange looking creature that, you know, some people said it's a blur, but could have been a goat man, could have been some kind of cryptid. And we were out there after dark and we recorded weird noises.
I just saw something in the corner of my eye. You ever do that when you're out here in the woods?
Oh, yeah.
You think you see something there, and then you look and there's something that's gone?
I feel like it's already happened a few times.
I was just turning around, I saw something like it was crossing the trail, and it's gone. I'm not kidding either, it's serious. So
we're pretty far out here, so.
Yeah, we're taking a hike deep into these woods, so it's quiet. All you hear is the sounds of nature. I wanted to ask you about some of your projects going on. You have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So you doing, besides your videos, I know you're working on books, all that stuff.
Yeah, so far I've published 5 books through Beyond the Fray Publishing, and my first book was Eerie Swamps Road Trip to Eden. That's like my journey from Lake Erie down to the Florida swamps, and then the Garden of Eden Trail, which is in Bristol. 27 of 28 trees in the Bible are there, so the book ends where life began, and of course Ocheesee Pond is inside there where the wild man was captured in 1874, and then Torreya State Park is also in that area, and that's where Stacy Brown got his famous skunk ape footage. So just adding more to my book collection. I'm working on 2 more books, hopefully publish those in the next coming year. And then we have a crime thriller movie coming out called Against the Spread. It's a sports betting movie gone wrong down here in the South. It's definitely a step out of my normal realm with monsters and horror, but it's back to where my roots were with crime and action movies.
That's cool, man.
But we're also tapping into the cryptid and paranormal stuff. I am in a new movie called Squatch Junkies that's coming out soon. I play a news reporter, so I got an awesome microphone, and the first day we filmed, I'm like literally running from Bigfoot the whole time and like reporting, and then the second time I have like a suit and tie and I'm way more composed, so it's really fun. And then
That's great.
got Zillafoot, that's in stores at Walmart right now, a weird creature from the Black Lagoon knockoff called Fish Piss, 17 and up, guys, R-rated. And then a lot of other just fun, wild stuff. There's a witch movie called Fattening Frogs for Snakes. That is a movie I worked in Atlanta out of, and just a lot of other stuff going. My YouTube, of course, always, you know, that's what we're working on right now. My TikTok, I am constantly digging up proof of Sasquatch, and some of my friends, my enthusiasts and researchers, their evidence, and sharing it with the world. So honestly, just every day is a new adventure. I work at a comic book store, so constantly fun and wild people are coming in, so I'm constantly talking to witnesses and learning you know, new traces to weird beginnings and new starts. So it's just a wild adventure, and it's one day at a time, and I'm so excited to be here.
All right, we're back here deep in the woods. I think we're getting close to the site, looking for this lost plane. It's been out here for quite a while now, and you can just imagine how it was when he crashed out here just in the middle of the swamps.
Yeah.
Your last moments were in these areas, coming through the trees. It's tragic.
Would have been tough if he did survive the crash and, you know, had to somehow crawl out of here.
Yeah.
It's hard enough, you know, during the day. Perfect conditions for us. We're still trekking through here. It would have been something, man.
Yeah, this area gets wet certain times of the year, so who knows how wet it might have been, but it's definitely deep out here in the woods, and we are getting close to the area. It's kind of opening up over there, a clearing, so let's take a walk over there and investigate around.
Yeah, you can definitely tell we're one of the first ones come back here in a while, just because of the birds' activity, and they're all watching us. You can tell.
Yeah.
There's not many people that scampered through here in the past few years.
There's something over there. That might be a tree stump or something. Fallen tree.
I see a Tarzan vine right there as well.
Lots of vines around here.
Got to keep our eyes on the trees too. Anything could be up there. Bobcat, panther, or even the cabbage man.
We're definitely not alone out here.
Not at all. Alright guys, we're coming up on the wreckage right now, deep in the forest. Theodore Weiss, 2014, is missing. And his glasses were also found nearby. I'm out here with the Florida Trailblazer. Thank you so much for taking me to this location.
Yeah, we arrived at the crash site. Sadly, he lost his life here. His last moments coming through these trees. It's just hard to imagine. You can see the canopy opens up here. And when it crashed, it must have came straight down. You can see right the front is all smashed in.
Yeah.
Watch out for snakes. A lot of it's covered up vegetation now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures online where, you know, you could just see the plane and everything perfect.
There's the cockpit.
And this was a man-made plane. He built this himself.
Yeah, a kit plane, sorts. And from what I've read about him, he had a passion for building these planes and flying them. And he was actually going out today to meet his other friend that was into that as well. They were going to fly together, so he never got to meet up with his friend that day, tragically. So it's sad. This is a reminder of the history here.
It's definitely a shame that he passed away, but I hope I, you know, am doing something I love as well. You know, I'm sure if you asked him, this is the way he would have wanted. Maybe by old age, of course.
Look at this, the details here on the plane.
Wow. This was his baby. It's really cool that a man built this to fly in the skies. It's just like the new Last of Us, you know? where Ellie is Joel is like bad mouthing planes, and she's like, you were in the skies. Like this, Theodore took it from his backyard all the way up, man. Much props.
That's where he sat. Spent his last moments.
And just recently, I was in a small plane when I was going skydiving. It was even bigger than this, of course, but you feel everything when you're up there, and just the power, man, that he had.
You can see this memorial someone's placed here.
People brought flowers and put coins on top of it. Love to see that he has a memorial. I'm a big believer in energy's never created nor destroyed. It's always existed. Garmin locating, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is scattered around here, debris from the crash. You can tell it was a violent crash.
Yeah. Doesn't look like there was a fire or anything, though. It was just pure impact.
Have you ever seen a plane crash in the woods like this before?
No, I haven't, man. I don't know if I've ever seen the location that someone's, passed away at this level either.
Yeah. I've seen them in the mountains before, a couple of plane crash sites, and it's different because it's up on a mountain, but this is like in the swamps here. It's a very different kind of site.
Definitely. And
I never seen such a small plane like this either.
Right.
In the woods. Just
for it to be, a man-made, this is a one-of-a-kind just experience that he was living.
Yeah.
Sadly, it came to this.
And it's
demise.
abandoned today now.
Yeah, when I first heard about the story, I would definitely think, oh, they're gonna, take the wreckage out and, maybe even investigate it or something. But it's just still out here.
Yeah, all these years later, and it will be for generations to come. But when they first discovered the site, they did an investigation, and I guess they decided to just leave the wreckage out here. May Teddy live forever. Theodore lives on.
For eternity.
Let's walk around this real quick and take a look at some of this debris, because this is interesting. You can see part of the wing over here.
Yeah, I would like to know
Right here.
What's the farthest maybe the pieces went, 50 yards, 100 yards, or is it pretty contained right here?
I mean, a lot of it's contained here, but I'm sure some of it did spread out. Yeah, there's a lot of debris here. It's changed over the years since I initially came out here and discovered this place. Vegetation's growing more over the plain now. Some of this stuff has spread out more since last time I was out here. It was closer to the plain. This used to be in the plane when I first came across the area. This piece here was in the cockpit.
And that's pretty much everything in command, probably. That Garmin battery is really crazy. Just thinking that this had something to do with the GPS, and it had everything to do with him being, maybe located, or if he was able to call in a warning call. But
yeah,
I'm sure he was so busy dealing with the situation up in the air that he wasn't able to let people know what was going on.
We'll never know. That's one of the intriguing aspects of this site, is we don't know what really happened in the final moments.
Right. But visiting it and feeling it and soaking it in, I believe we're vessels that, even in our dreams and in our thoughts in the future, we might gain ground on it, because everything's connected.
We can share our experiences through videos like this. And it's beautiful nature all around here too.
I wonder what caused that hole in the side.
Yeah, there's a large hole there on the side of it. Maybe a tree penetrated it, something like that, I'm not sure. It's not perfectly round.
And you said there was a huge yellow rat snake right around here.
Yeah, I've seen a snake out here in the past. Right under this wing here. So the plain has become a habitat for wildlife. You see how nature takes it in?
2023. That's when we came out here.
Yeah.
So we'll see in a decade what it looks like.
Yeah, it's important to remember that, the history behind these places. Those will always be remembered.
And I'm hearing some owl calls over there. And the owls are associated with skunk ape, Native Americans being reborn, and even missing 401 and alien connections. But also just another observer of the forest just calling to us.
Yeah, you can hear them in the distance. You hear that banging, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a skunk ape.
I don't think that was a skunk ape, but it could be a raven mocker. They're out here as well. But chances are it's just a nice-sized woodpecker.
Yeah, it's coming from that direction. One of those trees over there are so elusive, hard to see them.
It is. A lot of people believe that the skunk ape can use bugs and like crows and other birds as scouts in the forest. So everything's alive in the forest, everything's connected, and if you're so in tune with it, I'm sure they could feel even us walking on the ground. It's very interesting. And elephants, they use stomps, foot stomps over hills, over miles to communicate. So these knocks, stomps, or even just in tune with vibrations could be means of communication. It's really
interesting.
Cool.
Makes you curious and makes you wonder when you're out here. That's for sure.
For sure. We feel small when we're out here. You know?
The tree is towering over us.
It's nice not to be the big guy on the couch once in a while.
Yeah, we're in nature's playground now.
Yes, we are. The swamp.
Nature's inviting us in.
People hear about Florida wildlife from all over. You know, Russia, England. They hear about the alligators, the dangerous insects. It's wild that the swamp will just, swallow you up if you're not cautious.
Yeah.
We're out here.
It's amazing to experience it. Glad to share it with all of you.
Yes. We were checking right here, and you can see that there's a big impact area. It looks like the size of a tree. So we were kind of trying to look up there and see if we could see anywhere where it actually did hit. But over on this side, it crumbled in a whole different way. And it's crazy to see that this strong metal, once it's going at a speed, it just tears apart, kind of like paper, more like aluminum foil at that point.
Yeah, it's all twisted up right there.
Man.
Let's take a closer look.
It'd be crazy to see just the impact recreated through some kind of like computer program. Still holding up very well. Like we said, maybe in decades, the plane's still gonna look the same, but I'm sure it's gonna be covered in moss and vegetation. Back here is definitely torn and twisted.
Interesting observation that, the back of the plane, there's barely any impact in this area.
Small branches right here, and it probably nicked something right there.
And most of the impact is up front, and it doesn't appear to be any area where he slid into the swamps. It came straight into the swamps through the canopy.
The seatbelt goes all the way back here. I see the seatbelt right through the hole. That's crazy.
You think a tree caused this?
Yeah, it looks like a big limb must have just stabbed it. Wow. Just think how many times Teddy probably knocked on this, in the airfield. Wow.
Look at the back wing here, you can see where it's twisted. In this area. So it came straight through the canopy here. Took a nosedive.
And a harsh impact right on the nose.
Yeah. The cockpit here is intact. But the front of it is gone. With the nose area. Get a view of the plane from this angle. Back in the side of it.
Yeah, through the trees.
And these swamps just continue on. What are the chances that he would crash here?
Right. It could have been decades before he was ever found. It honestly is a miracle he was found after 6 months.
Yeah, in this area?
Because it is desolate. And if you look above on a map, you really can't see it. It all looks the same.
I remember when they found the plane and a pilot out here, a week after that, I came out and tracked down the site myself. So to see it like that, just as it happened, it was pretty intense.
To see the hazard tape had to be,
yeah. I saw the biohazard tape up around, the caution tape still from the investigation. So that was all still here during that time.
Wow. It's crazy to think.
Now look.
Spending final moments right out here.
When we run around some of these swamps, there was some metal scattered around over there. Who knows what else could be out here?
Right.
They just continue on, the swamps. There's nothing around but swamp. That was an amazing time exploring, man.
Definitely a legendary time. Thank you so much for taking me on the tour.
Yeah,
it's definitely stars aligned, and we made the afternoon for it. And that's what it takes is lining up and putting in the effort. And
yeah, and just going out to these places and experiencing them. But there's so much more to see here, so we'll have to come back. And
we will definitely be back.
Because
I'm so excited.
Every time you got in the woods, you're like, let's go check this out. Let's go check. You know, there's so many places to go and explore. You just want to do it all the time. And
there's new trails everywhere.
Yeah, so we'll be back here and doing some more adventures soon. Other places.
Oh yeah.
It'll be exciting.
I'm gonna hit you on my way back up north and hopefully see some underground caverns.
Yeah,
I'm excited
cool.
to see what's prowling down there.
Yeah. Tell us about your channel, what you got going on.
Yeah, my channel is Bigfoot Anon. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. But I'm definitely most active on YouTube. I go to cursed locations, filming locations, Bigfoot sighting spots, and also go on nature hikes. I treasure hunt. I find a lot of bottles. I found arrowheads, pottery the size of my head. I'm into just strange stuff that makes me feel more like me. And after Big Brother Bigfoot and looking for the dragons in the sky and all the sinkhole Sams underground and just trying to tap into the uncharted territory. So it's really cool to find someone that's also putting in the effort in the same state as me, man. So it's very cool, and I can't wait to see who else is just inspired from this, man. I really just want to recommend everybody come to Florida, get off the beaches, and see what else is hiding in the swamps.
That's right. I admire your passion, and keep it up. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome to come out here and show this area to you, and there's so much more to see. I'm excited for all the projects you've been working on. We were talking earlier, and you're so busy doing all these different things, so keep at it.
Oh yeah.
It inspires me as well. So.
I can't wait till we're linked up in the future. And I definitely want to see a documentary of the Florida Trailblazer. You have deserved it, man. You've done great things around, and I can't wait till the world hears about it. There's people in other continents and other lands, probably beyond the wall, aliens and stuff, that would just really appreciate the hard work you put into. And I'm sure the ancestors of the ancients that you're uncovering would definitely really take pride in it too. So.
Awesome, yeah. I mean, it's all about sharing the history, the experiences, and inspiring others. That's what drives me all the time.
Well, thank you so much for taking me along for your journey, man.
All right.
And man, you're definitely going to read about it in the books. We found Teddy Weiss's missing plane.
That's right.
Rest in peace.
We'll see you on the next adventure.
Yes.